Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the more modded series. How you guys doing today? You know, I'm doing really good. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. I'm having a really great day. It is just now turning morning. Good morning! It's a great day to be back playing some more Direwolf20's modpack. I am really excited to get back into what we're going to be doing today, because today I plan on getting magical. Oh, it's going to be great, because we've been doing nothing but technology mods over the past, well, just about all of the stuff that we've done so far. And this mod pack has been dedicated towards technology in some way, shape, or form. But before we get into anything, if you guys did not watch it last episode, we have learned, or well, we've gained the ability, we've gained the ability to fly. We're flying like a bird, baby. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? And it's going to come in handy for what we're going to be doing today. And I was doing some preparation before we started today's episode, and I've started to look around some different mods and stuff because I'm getting ready. I really want to start getting into magic mods. Now, in this mod pack, there are a couple different magic mods that are prevalent. There are two, to be more specific, that are kind of like staple magic mod packs that you could get into, but you don't necessarily have to get into. They're just there if you want to mess around with them. One of which that we've done so far, what we've done before, which is Botania. Love Botania. If you guys don't know what Botania is, it's basically a mod that revolves around flowers. I know. Hold on just a second. Before all of you people who hate the environment leave, the flowers are actually vessels of magical energy. Then we can use that magical energy to suck it up into different items in different places in the world, and then use that to create cool items, which I think is really cool concept. There's a lot of stuff in there that we can do, and I plan on getting into it pretty soon. And then the other one is called Astral Sorcery. Now, I mentioned this at the beginning of the series, that it was a mod that I've never messed around with, and I've never even heard of before this mod pack. And I did some research on it, and it looks like a ton of fun. So basically what Astral Sorcery is, it's a mod that revolves around the stars. It revolves around the night sky, and a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing in Astral Sorcery, which I would like to start getting into today, because I've never messed around with it, so I'm really excited to get into it. But a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing is going to be at nighttime, so it's going to be a little dark and dangerous. So that, you know, that gives us a little bit of a piece of challenge for that. Of course, we're playing on hard mode, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But of course we can fly, so that's not that big of a deal. So anyways, Astral Sorcery, taking essence from the stars and magical energy from the stars, and then infusing that into stuff. And what I've seen from Astral Sorcery, and they literally took my three favorite mods and then try to shove it into this one mod, which my three favorite magic mods, to be more specific, would be Thaumcraft, Blood Magic, and Botania. Those are my three favorite magic mods, and they've taken all three of those and they've shoved it into one mod pack, mod itself. So, and of course it is in this mod pack. So I think we're gonna start getting into Astral Sorcery today, which I think is gonna be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are excited about that. Don't forget, I always like to say this at the beginning of the video, you guys don't have to do this, but if you guys want to help out this series and help out the Ballentinelp channel, all it takes is like a button click. I don't know how many seconds that takes, but go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you're brand new, and I like to recommend subscribing. It's absolutely free, even if you don't like me. You haven't spent any money on it, you're not losing anything. So anyways, any hoozle bits today. Astral Sorcery. First thing we gotta do, we gotta get this book. So if you spawned in the world, you're gonna get this book. If you don't know, if you did not get this book, that's how you create it. You got to get these what's it called? Aquamarine. Oh, I can read today. We got to get these aquamarine things that you get out of sand. I can show you guys some where I found some. If you guys don't know how to find it, there's actually some in the sand, which is really cool, and you can just get it up like regular sand. So yeah, that's aquamarine. Oh, I'm gonna grab some more because we're gonna be needing this throughout the mod itself. So I'm gonna grab me a couple of them now that I see them. Is there any more over here? That's just fine. Wait, was there another one? No? Okay, so I've got some aquamarine. That's good. And also you're gonna need something called, you're also gonna need something called a parchment, which is just aquamarine paper, and all of this is done inside of a luminous crafting table. Now this thing is is really cool, and we're gonna be getting into how to use that in just a bit. So anyways, I'm pretty sure since you spawned in this world, you've already got one of these, you should be just fine. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is we have to go adventuring, and this is why, one of the reasons why I got this thing yesterday. Well, last episode, which was technically yesterday for all of us, except for the people who are watching this in the future. So, that's one of the reasons why I got this, because now I can fly and I can go adventure and try to find what I need to find. So let's go ahead and open up this book for those of you who are unacquainted with it. I literally just figured out how to do all this about 5.5 minutes ago. So if I sound like I'm retarded, it's because I am retarded. So let's just, we'll revisit that later whenever I try to dive into this and not know what the heck I'm doing. So anywho, first thing we need to do, if we're looking at our first little interface of this little diagram tree, what we need to start looking into first is where in the world, we're gonna look at these lines. We're like, okay, these lines are going from one direction to another. So that usually means that this is a precursor to this, and like this is a precursor to this. This one goes off to that, and if this one, wait, what's it going? This one goes there. Okay, so, and of course this one then goes there. So I think the first thing we're gonna need to do is we need to go ahead and click on this one called Ancient Shrines. Now, oh God.
Scattered across your world, there are ancient shrines built from marble by civilizations long past. Some of the most renowned shrines featured elaborate structures and have been located on top of high hills and mountains, while smaller ones have been dug up from under the sands of deserts.
And of course there's more and stuff in there. But basically what we've learned so far from this one paragraph is that to find these shrines, we need to find these, the first thing we need to do is find these big shrines, which are the big ones that are generally located, as the book says, on top of high hills and or mountains. And of course the smaller ones are also they're valuable to find, but they are less valuable than the big shrines. We want to find the big shrine first. So luckily for me, since I can fly, this will be an easy task. For those of you who are stuck on the ground, sucks for you. Okay, so right now let's look at our map. Have I uncovered any at all? I don't think I have, because if I would have found one, I think I would have noticed it. So what I think I need to do, is I'm gonna go fly around for a bit, and I'm gonna see if I can find myself one of those shrines, and then I'll show you guys when I find it. So I haven't been flying very far, and I've already found me 2 different small shrines. So I'm guessing these things don't spawn. Well, they do spawn pretty often. I am not very far away. I'm over here, I think. Yeah, there's my little cursor, and I got 2 more over here. So let's go ahead and take a look at these real quick since we found them first. Now, I do believe, I think, this stuff is very useful. So if you find these things, what I'd recommend doing is I would take, by the way, I also found that meteor over there. Got me a silicone press. Now, I think I should have 3 of the 4 presses that we have. So as soon as we find that last press, we can start getting into applied logistics, which is really, I need to do that, right? Because my storage is terrible. But this is really valuable because all of this marble is going to be useful for later on in the mod. So I'd recommend, if you do find this, grab yourself a piece of dirt, go ahead and stomp on out that water source there because it's going to get in the way, and then go ahead and harvest all of this stuff because this is going to be useful later. Now, if you're lucky, there should be a chest under one of these pillars. Aha! Found one. Now, these won't always spawn. You might find a pillar. Now, you might find one that doesn't have a chest at all, and you might find one with 2 or 3 different chests. So, yeah, it just depends on the shrine itself. So let's take a look inside. Awesome! Look at all these. Okay, so what we have found so far is we found 3 different constellation prizes, and what these things do is that every time you find one, you will then unlock a new constellation, and this is something that's in the mod that does stuff later on. I don't know a lot about it just yet, but I do know that these constellations are valuable. And luckily in this mod, you don't have to start searching around endlessly for different constellations. You'll never find 2 constellations that are the same, because every time you find one, it says there is nothing here. But as soon as you drag it into your inventory, it'll then open up a constellation, but it will not open up a constellation that you've already found. So there is a set number of them, which I think is 12. I think it's 12. I don't know for sure. 12 or 15, something like that. But as soon as you find a constellation, you're never going to discover a new one. But I've already found 3 of them, which is super, super, super amazing. So I have now memorized the drawings of and I've also done this, and I've also, last but not least, yeah, so I found those 3, which is great. Also, I got me some iron and some aquamarine, but that's not really that useful for me. Now, the way that you can use these things is they're basically just entries inside this book. So what you're going to want to do, shift right click, open up a little inventory, and then set them in there. And what this will do is if we open this back up and zoom out, we should have No, they're not there. Oh, they're there. Constellations. Okay, and then we have all 3 of these constellations up, and now these things will do stuff later on the mod. I don't have anything unlocked just yet, so it's not going to show me anything. But yeah, that's how those things are kind of cool. I'm also going to take this because Prismarine, kind of valuable. And I'm also going to dig this up in just a second, but I want to go over here just really quickly. I want to see if I can find any more of those chests and see exactly, see what else I can find. By the way, this mod did update. I don't know when it updated, but it updated pretty recently because when I opened up the mod launcher, it wanted to update, and I was really hoping that that update would fix the lag issue, well, the memory leak issue, but it unfortunately did not. But what it did do is fix Astral Sorcery. Now, originally, I was gonna do this mod a long time ago, and I meant to say this at the beginning of the video, but I forgot to do it. Did I only get 1 chest? I only got 1 chest. So we'll go ahead and do that. Open you up. Got me 2 more pages. We've got and we also just unlocked Vekaravova. And awesome, so that's cool. So I'm sorry, Zamboid, you guys can't fly. Sucks to be you. But yeah, it didn't fix my thing, but it did fix Astral Sorcery. I was originally gonna do this mod a long time ago, but for some reason, whenever I'd open up the tome, it would blur out all the text and everything. Like literally everything had that text blurred out. And I was gonna show it on camera, but I always forgot to do it. But luckily the update fixed it. So if you guys were having that problem yourselves, it should be fixed if you go ahead and update your mod suite. So I've got more of those constellations. Cool. I wonder if we're gonna get Cancer. I don't know if that's the constellation these guys are going for, but I'm a Cancer. I just thought that was an interesting piece of information for you guys to know. Anywhoozle, I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna see if I can find myself one of those big, I guess relics, altar thing. Yep, I'm gonna see if I can find one. Whatever it's called. Oh, would you look at that? You're trying to blend in with the surroundings, aren't you? Of course they would put it in a snow biome where it would be extremely difficult to make this out from anything else around it. But yeah, I found myself one of the bigger temples. So now that we've found one of these things, let's just take a look around. Look at all these different types of blocks, all this amazing marble. I love marble, by the way. Marble is one of my favorite blocks in modded, and I do plan on building our base out of some kind of marble. Because I know in our last mod series, I think our entire base was diorite. The one before that was marble, maybe. I don't remember. Anywho, to do anything with this, what we're gonna need to do first is we need to not really do anything with the temple itself, but what we need to go, hey guys, y'all doing okay? You guys guarding this guy? What we need to do is we need to go up under it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna punch out a few blocks, and under it is this thing. Look at that. Isn't that thing just cool? It's like floating in midair. I know, it's really freaking amazing. I don't get how it's doing it either. I guess it's magic, guys. It's magic. So we've got ourselves a floating crystal. So what this thing is going to allow us to do, it's going to allow us to get started with this new magic mod. So what we need to do now, before we do anything with this crystal, I want to go ahead and look at these chests. Anything useful? Iron over here. Any pages? Oh, I got some more pages. So we have now unlocked. You gonna let me unlock anything else? Oh, I guess not. So I must have gotten all the constellations. Okay. So that's all right. Let me look at my thing. How many constellations do I have? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 of them. So I can only get 5? Oh, I thought there'd be more than that. Okay. So I'm going to leave these in here for now. Maybe if I unlock more constellations later, it'll then, of course, let me see them. So I'm going to leave them in there for right now. And now the way that I use this thing is if I look at the book, if we go ahead and scroll on down, back to the floating crystal, it'll actually say over here, maybe placing a crafting table nearby would yield interesting results. So what I want to do is I want to start working on getting myself a resonating once, because what this thing is going to allow me to do, it's going to allow me to actually use this crafting table whenever I'm able to make it, which of course is going to take various things. Of course, it's going to take some marble and stuff, which we have a lot of it, because I've been mining out all of those other temple things that we've been finding. We got to get some sooty. We got to get some sooty marble, which is just coal and more marble, and then we're going to need a crafting table. So the way that we can make this work is what we need to do. Did I bring any wood with me? Of course I didn't. So let me go grab my lumber axe. I forgot to show you guys this as well. What's really cool about this lumber axe is not only can it make charcoal, but it can actually make regular logs if I do this. If I mine it, if I do this and then switch it really quickly. if I switched it really quickly, if I switched it fast enough, which I didn't, I need a bigger tree. If you switch it fast enough, it'll actually just make just the plank. So let's do it again. There we go, got it there. Okay, so give me this, and we'll go ahead and make this one as well. So I can go ahead and make myself a crafting table. Boom. All right, cool. Now, if I go down here and place this crafting table, just like so. Look at that. Awesome. So what this thing's doing is it's detecting this crafting table, and it's making this crafting table holy crafting table. So what I'm hoping will now happen, whenever I try to craft one of these objects, it'll then suck up the moon energy out of this crystal and then be able to use this crafting table to craft what I need. Now what I'm gonna have to craft first are these two things. I'm gonna need to craft a resonating wand, which is gonna take 2 aquamarine, some marble, and an ender pearl. And then I'm gonna need to make myself a, what's it called? A luminous crafting table.
Using a regular crafting table to interact with starlight emitting by the shrine crystal, henceforth labeling as collector crystals, seems to be rather inefficient. This table is able to receive a small amount of starlight from the crystal. So yeah, what this thing is going to allow us to do is not only be able to take starlight from this thing, but it's also going to be able to allow us to take starlight from the sky above us. And then we won't have to really we won't have to use this thing as much, and we can just use the crafting table to make our stuff. So I need to make these two things. I gotta go grab these objects, which shouldn't be too difficult. I don't think I'm too far away from my base. If we look real quick, I am over, where am I? Oh, I'm all the way up here, so my base isn't too far away, so I can get back and forth pretty quickly. Okay, so I think I have everything that I'm gonna be needing, so let's head back down here, and I'm hoping those guys don't follow me. Ah, you did. I didn't want to have to kill you. You did it to yourself, buddy. Okay, so now, if I go ahead and place this stuff in the correct place, bam, bam, and then bam, bam, it should just allow me to make the resonating wand. Bam. Now this thing looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, looks pretty cool. This thing is going to allow us to do some really cool stuff in the future. So let's go ahead and make the next thing, which is, I do believe, just this right here. So let's go ahead and make ourselves the crafting table, stick that in the middle, stick this here, and then do marble like this. Yes, the luminous crafting table. Bam. Now I have learned, okay, so what have I learned? You've learned more about exploration. So let's take a look at the book. And then it should, aha, we've got ourselves well, hold on. We've got ourselves new stuff all the way down here in exploration. And now, holy crap, look at all this stuff. So yeah, we've gone from discovery, which we have done everything over here, which was basically the constellation paper, the ancient shrine, the ores, the resonating stuff, the marble, the smooth stuff, and the luminous crafting table. And we can move all the way over here to exploration, which is going to entail us all of this stuff, which is, of course, light wells, faucet resonator, Strectal relay, starlight crafting altar. Yes, there is an altar. We have to build an altar, so that's more of a blood magic thing. We can build like a really cool altar. Let's see, we've got a looking glass. That's interesting. I don't know what that does. And all this other cool stuff that we're gonna start getting into with all of this, with this really cool mod. So I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna bring this stuff back. I can't move this, by the way. I think if you break it, you kind of destroy it. I don't think you can actually pick this up, so I would not recommend breaking it. So I'm gonna leave this alone for now. I'm gonna bring all our cool stuff back to our base, and I'm gonna start looking into what we can do next with this. Okay, so it just turned nighttime, and you guys are going to be seeing a lot of this whenever we do this mod, just because everything's kind of revolves around the whole idea of starlight. So yeah, it's gonna be dark a lot. So now that we have ourselves our luminous crafting table and our resonating wand, we can go ahead and take this thing and just set it anywhere in the world. Now later on the mod, we're gonna be able to find more optimal places for it, but for right now, the highest point you can get your hands on for right now would probably be the best place to put it. So what this thing is doing is it's detecting, ooh, I got a lot of stuff too, because it's really high up. So if we actually, let's take a look at that real quick. So what this thing is doing is it's detecting starlight.
And some spots gather up more starlight than others, and we'll be able to make an object that'll allow us to see where exactly the most clustered of starlight gathering is at. And we'll be able to find an item that'll be able to help us find those. But for right now, we are basically just trying to find the highest point we can get and stick this wherever wherever that's at. So if we take a look at it, we've got this huge bar here. This is the amount of starlight that is available for us now. Now also, this bar will go up and down depending upon what time of night it is. For right now, it's not midnight. Well, it's not midnight just yet, but midnight will be the optimal time whenever we'll have the most starlight. But if we take a look at it, if we move this down here, theoretically, it should decrease. Yeah, I don't know, actually. Maybe it's just because maybe we just have a really good area for starlight. I have absolutely no idea, but that's what it's supposed to do anyway. So now that we have this, there's one more object I want to make before today's episode lets out, because we're going to be needing this off screen. Something called a light well. So this, my friends, will collect starlight for us to use in crafting recipes. But in order to make this thing, we're going to need specific pieces of marble. We're going to need brune marble, we're going to need chiseled marble, and we're going to need aquamarine. And last but not least, we're going to need a rock crystal. So, what this rock crystal is, there are ores inside of the earth. Well, there are ores that you can find where you can mine them to get the rock crystal. They are pretty rare, and generally speaking, they hang around bedrock. So we're gonna have to go down there to go find ourselves some rock crystal. These ruined marble and stuff like that shouldn't be too difficult to make. You can actually craft them, but what I think I'm going to do to make it just a little bit easier for myself is I'm gonna go over here and make myself a chisel. Now I'm very surprised I haven't made one of these just yet. Well, I'm surprised because I love chisel. Chisel is one of my favorite mods. It adds so many different blocks to the game. Let's see, can I even spell today? Chisel. Here we go. So let's go ahead and make ourselves an iron chisel. Boom. And now if we take ourselves some marble, and it has to be the Astral Sorcery marble, as far as I know at least. So if we go ahead and chisel this stuff up, we're gonna need ourselves some rune marble. Also, we're gonna need, what else was the other ones? I don't remember now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're also gonna need ourselves chiseled marble. So let's just do bam, 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 and take a look at this. So there should be chiseled marble somewhere in here. Chiseled marble. Marble pillars, marble tracked. Which one is it? It's gotta be in here somewhere. Chiseled. I will find it. Small pillar, rough, Astral Sorcery, chiseled marble. I probably went over it and you guys were yelling at me. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Okay, so we got our chiseled marble, we got our ruined marble, we have our aquamarine, and now we just need a rock crystal. Oh my god, I freaking found it. Rock crystal ore. This took so long to find. Look at all the strip mining that I had to do just to find the stupid thing. All of this strip mining, I repaired my pickaxe, like my hammer, like 3 different times just to find this one ore. I'm so glad I finally found it. So whenever you find it, usually I think it only comes in ones. Yeah, and they're really rare. So yeah, if you guys are playing this world and don't want to have to go through that like I had to do that, it's at the coordinates right there on the X and Z and the Y values on the mini map over there. So let's go ahead and mine this thing. So whenever I mined it, it should just, yep, there it is. It transforms straight into a rock crystal. So with the rock crystal, it has a couple different attributes to it. It has a size, purity, and cut. Now, each one of those can be modified later on. I'm not really worried about it for right now. I only needed to make this one last item before we let off on today's episode. Today's episode is going to be quite a little bit longer than usual. And if you hadn't noticed, that Monday's episode was really long as well. Let me know in the comment section, do you guys prefer longer episodes like 30 minutes, or you guys prefer like 20-minute episodes? Personally, for me, I prefer, how the heck do I get out of here? I think it's this way. Personally, for me, I think I prefer 20-minute episodes just because they take less time to render. But at the same time, a lot of times I just get like sidetracked during the video and I talk a little bit longer, so we have a little bit of those longer episodes. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that one. So yeah, there's our altar right over there. I don't think I need it. I just need to come over here to our table over here. Now, here's the thing. Does this thing still have... It doesn't have a lot because it's considering... Oh, it's turning nighttime as well. So, yeah, it's going to be going up in just a second. So, really quickly, let me go ahead and grab the things that I'm going to be needing for our... I think it's called... I already forgot what it's called. Where the heck did I push the book? Where is it at? It's in here somewhere. Where did I put my book? My book disappeared. Is it up here? Because I know I shoved all my stuff in this chest earlier. Yeah, give me this. Okay, so we're gonna have to make ourselves a light well. To make the light well, we've got the marble, this stuff, and our rock crystal. Finally got that. Let's go ahead and go down here because I think I shoved all of that stuff inside of my bag. Yep, got this. Got my rock crystal, and then I've got my marble, the other marble, and if I go over here, pick that back up, please. I should be able to make this light well, and then this thing will be able to collect, moonlight. I almost said star. Well, it is starlight, so it's gonna be able to collect starlight, and then we'll be able to use that for later on inside this mod. So let's look real quick. So we got to do it that way. Okay, we'll put this in the middle. These guys here, and I think it was this. Like, no, this is a different marble. I need a different marble. Where'd my marble go? My chiseled marble. I know it was in here somewhere. Oh, it's not here anymore. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I'm stupid. Okay, let's do it one more time. Chiseled marble, that needs to go there. That's in the middle. Place this guy there, and then bam, and then bam. There we go. Now to make this crafting table work, what you need to do is you need to set it in there the right way. It's gonna say, okay, so this is what you're gonna be making. It'll indicate whether or not you can make it or not. If you can't make it, then you won't be able to. Well, there'll be a progress sign on this bar here, and you'll be able to tell whether or not you have enough celestial, well, starlight power to be able to craft it. So once you do that, go ahead and grab your wand, which I have right here, right click it, and we'll have the holy light of the god, and the starlight power comes down, and it makes ourselves our starlight thingy bobber, our light well. Okay, so this thing is kind of cool. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna stick it right here. It doesn't have to be in a specific spot. It's just basically you can set it in the world and it collects. Well, I don't know whether or not you can collect more in like regions, like specific regions where there's more starlight collecting, but I don't know for sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. So I think all I have to do is stick that in there. Yep. And it'll start collecting moonlight or starlight. Yeah, it turns it into like a little liquid. And then once we fill this up enough, we can actually bucket that. And then next episode, we're gonna be using that to make ourselves some more items. I do believe the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be making this Fossic resonator, and what this guy is going to allow us to do is going to find us pockets of where starlight is being collected in the world, and we'll be able to move our stuff there, and then we'll actually build an altar there. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you guys had fun today, because I had a ton of fun today. I'm really excited to get into some magic-y stuff, and let me know in the comment section if you guys like this kind of thing. I personally am really excited for this mod. It's got a lot of really cool visual stuff in there. Look at all that starlight. It's collecting. It's like a thing. It's liquid starlight. Oh, that's really cool. I wonder if it's cold or I wonder if it's like hot stuff. But anywhoozle, don't forget to post any questions, comments, or smart marks in the comment section down there. I love it for me, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. And have a great and wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video.